Hello and welcome to our Saturdays with Tara Hangout on Air. I'm Mary Beth at the Law of Attraction Club, and we're on the web at the LOAclub.com. On these hangouts, we collaborate with our friends Tara, and this hangout is the summary of our theme for the week. You can get invites to our open calls, which we offer periodically, and our powerful free letting go process by going to the LOAclub.com. So as usual on Saturdays, Robin will be bringing through Tara for us. So we welcome them and over to them.
Welcome. So, today, as you will see, we are suggesting that you get a little bit assertive with yourself, that you take a strong stand, because we are asserting that learning to consciously create means learning to defy reality. Now, we know at its simplest that you can begin in your understanding of the law of attraction and make some changes in your life. And as you make those changes, you may not be seeing that you're stepping into a different version. You're just getting things to flow your way more. But then as you move through your experience and increase your understanding of the law of attraction, and particularly when you seek to make a change that seems to fly in the face of everything that is standing before you. So you begin to recognize that reality is not as it seems. And if reality is as it seems at face value, then your powers are limited. And we are here to tell you that your powers are not limited. So let us begin today. Let's look at all you need to know about the law of attraction. As we often say, the truth of who you are and why you are here is elegantly simple, divinely simple, you might say, as you might expect. You don't have to spend years studying theology or meditating in a cave. There's no inherently complicated spiritual structure behind it all. You don't have to go through life after life to progress towards enlightenment. There's no purpose you're here to fulfill. There's no old souls or new souls. There can't be, because time is something that only exists in worlds like this physical stage you're currently choosing to play on. You're all infinitely old. You're all simultaneously occupying infinite versions of you, playing in infinite games in an infinite variety of realms. One version of you is us. When we say that, some of you think, well, that's not simple, that's mind-blowing. Well, yes, we'll grant you that you have to start thinking outside the box of your old ideas. And yes, you could describe that as mind-blowing, but that doesn't make it complex. You're a timeless, always connected extension of the collective consciousness of all that is. Your thoughts created you and continue to create you and the matching world that surrounds you. That's it. That's the whole shooting match. That's the basis of everything. If complexity exists, it's because you created it. You can and do make up complex stories. But at the core of it all, it's simple. So if it's that simple, how come we're intersecting here once again today and answering your questions about how to create things differently? Because in this particular version you seem to be consciously inhabiting right now, you've become so focused and engaged in your story, so caught up in the details and the apparent reality of this space-time world you've created, that you've forgotten who you are. And yet you can never entirely forget, because you cannot separate yourself from your essence. You can pinch off the connection, but in the end you cannot become something mortal and die. You are a timeless part of the stream of collective consciousness of all that is. For some of you, as you think about your ideas, these ideas, your mind jumps to, well, if that's true, then how come almost nobody around here understands that? We say, don't look to the world around here for answers, because that world is your creation. Those characters around you that you have written into your story are always going to be a match to your chosen beliefs. The world is not a textbook you can study to find out who wrote it. Look at the jacket. It has your name on it. We say, look within yourself. That's where the story comes from. As you choose a new belief, you and your world will change, and so will those people around you. So then some of you respond with, okay, you get who you are and you get the law of attraction and all that stuff, but you're still not manifesting what you want. Why is it so hard? Well, by law of attraction, everybody and everything in your world is a match to what you have chosen to believe and expect. Those choices set the boundaries of the stage upon which you're playing your game. Your choices are all made consciously. Then you stored them away superconsciously in what we call your tapestry of expectations. You forgot they were decisions you made, and reality became truth. It is not. It's just your story. So here are our law of attraction cliff notes with everything you need to know to make positive changes in your life. Number one, by what you choose to believe about you and your world, you create you and your world. So here you are at the center of everything, and as the context for everything that surrounds you is you. And we don't want you to get lost in that thought, but just understand that thought, thinking, awareness, consciousness is the timeless essence of who you are. And from that and those choices and those thoughts and desires, you have created you. And as you create you, a matching context appears around you. So we get to 2. Everything is a function of thought. Reality is just a movie playing in your mind. Everything is thought-based. And so are you beginning to see here the importance of how you think? And why we said last week that the only important decisions you make are those that challenge the status quo, that actually cause a movement in the force, so to speak, that actually cause a change in your direction and allow you to get into the essence of creating that which you want. from Bashar through Darylenka. You must simply remember in everything that we discuss that your outer physical reality is not outer. It is inner. It's just a reflection of you at every given moment, individually and collectively. So if you find as you view your outer physical reality that there are things about it that you would prefer to change, all you really need to do is to change something about yourself. And you will see that change takes place unerringly and effortlessly. And all your explorations and all your ideas, no matter how they may magnify scientifically or otherwise, are all going to be the result of the way you change the idea of how you see yourself and what you know is possible in your dimension of experience. So, reality is just a movie playing in your mind. 3, when you're feeling good, you're heading toward what you want. And when you're feeling bad, you're going away from it. Here you have an outstanding and infallible tool, because here your feelings, which are not just something that happen incidentally to you, this physical creature on a physical world, those feelings are in the realm of thought. They are in the realm of consciousness, and they are an indicator to you. Very simply, when you're feeling good, be that from peace to adventure, to excitement, to ecstasy. When you're feeling good, you're moving towards, facing towards, in the direction of what you want. And when you're feeling bad, you're heading away from that. And so from that follows, in every moment of your existence, nothing is more important than feeling good. And when this one first heard those words, he didn't get it at all. He didn't get it for a long time, because he said nothing is more important than feeling good, except when I need to prove that I'm right, or except when I need to justify this, or except when I need to get through this list of shoulds here that I must do today, and so on and so on. And we say, in every moment, nothing is more important than feeling good. It's more important than being right. It's more important than getting something done. It's more important than anything, because when you're feeling good, you're moving in the direction you want to go. Number 5, when you make a change, big or small, you're stepping into a new version of reality. And what do we mean by change? If you choose to visualize that good parking spot right out the front of the restaurant, and you achieve that creation, you manifest that parking spot, you have made a change. You have denied somebody else getting that parking spot. So you have stepped in a small way into a different version of reality. In a small change, in a small way, you have made a change. And there is no difference conceptually between a small change and a big change. It's as easy to create a galaxy as a hot meal. The process, you see, is the same. When you choose a new belief and line up with it at all levels within you, you are stepping into a new version of reality. You are changing you, and the reflection of that thing around you, that context that appears around you, is always going to be a match to that version of you. Facing reality, perhaps the worst advice on the planet is you have to face reality. Facing reality is maintaining what you've already created. It is status-quo-itis. Facing reality is maintaining what you've already created. From Abraham through Esther Hicks. You've trained yourself to face reality. You've trained yourself to tell the truth. You've trained yourself to tell it like it is. So in the beginning, these fantasies feel a little inappropriate because it's like you're fooling yourself. Sometimes people will say, well, isn't this just denial? And we say, we hope so. We hope that you are denying the absence that you do not want. And we hope that you are remembering the presence of what you do. But somehow the idea of denial has become a dirty word to you. Like it's virtuous to face the reality of the horror of your own lives. And we would be ignoring anything that did not please us. We would get our eyes on what feels good. So facing reality is status-quo-itis. And 7, learning, therefore, to consciously create means learning to defy reality. See, here's where we're suggesting a little assertiveness. That reality is something that is constraining you. Reality is not the truth of who you are, nor is it the truth of your existence. Reality is just the stage you have created so that you can play this game of life on Earth. Learning how to consciously create what you want is learning minute by minute and hour by hour to deny reality its hold over you. It's the daily triumph of the Creator that lies within you. It doesn't mean you have to leave the game, although you could. It means you're playing the game as an exciting and joyful adventure. And that's exactly what you came here intending to do. And all your expectations and all your ideas, no matter how they may magnify scientifically or otherwise, are all going to be the result of the way you change the idea of how you see yourself and what you know is possible in your dimension of experience. So we say, defy so-called reality. We say you are always at choice. Learning how to consciously create what you want is learning minute by minute and hour by hour to deny reality its hold over you. It's the daily triumph of the Creator that lies within you. Good.
This Hangout on Air was a summary of our theme for the week. We do 3 live calls a week with Q&A for our members on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You can become a member by going to the loaclub.com/join. So now we continue with live Q&A on our member conference line. Back over to Robin and Tara.